Hello? After this, I gotta go get your eye drops and
The Zebra shows you who actually can. Compare car insurance for free at zebra.com today. People are always asking me what kind of mattress I sleep on. What's the best mattress? Well, it doesn't matter what I sleep on because there is no one mattress that's right for everyone. You see,
if you're just joining, welcome, welcome. We will start in just a few moments. It's about 2:57 according to my clock, so we'll just wait until we're right at 3 and then we'll start.
Maybe you're okay with them changing demographic information, but you prefer to have a supervisor or manager update any direct deposit or taxes, then it would be view
Hello,
only.
Kate Provo.
But keep in mind that any change done in the system
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Notified of that and have the final say.
We're going to be starting in just a few moments.
Okay.
So there's.
If you could just, because I'm hearing some feedback.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind muting. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tamika, can you make me co-host?
Say that again, Shante.
Can you make me co-host?
Oh, sure. And again, if you're just joining, we're going to be starting soon. We're just waiting now for one more minute. It's 2:59.
Hi.
Hello. We're going to be starting it. Actually, now we're going to be starting. It is now 3 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to the fair orientation. This is getting you prepared for the.
Oh, there it is. Oh, now it shows there.
Hi, Jennifer.
Oh, I'm not muted?
No,
Oh,
that's okay.
I apologize.
Okay.
I'm muting now.
Okay, I'll just wait a few minutes because I see people are still coming in.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. I'm Awanda.
Awanda, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I thought I saw one other person coming in. Maybe not. Okay. Nope. Yeah, there is one other person. Let me see. Emilia? And hi, Kentha. I see your note in the chat. Emilia? She might have stepped away. Oh, her audio is connecting. Ah, that's the problem. Okay, Emilia, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you wouldn't mind putting yourself on mute. And Patricia and Awanda, if you wouldn't mind putting yourself on mute. And then I'm going to kind of pause along the way. And if you have questions, then you can unmute and ask your question. All right, so I think we are now got most people on. We had 18 registered, so I think there might be some more people coming on, but I'm going to go ahead and start because I want to, I respect your time. So I'm going to just share with you the agenda. Okay, there we go. So hopefully you all can, if you just nod your heads, if you can see my screen. Okay, wonderful. So we'll spend our hour together going through this agenda. I'm going to review for you the registration process. There are some of you who might have registered from our website, and that's more than likely how you heard about this fair. And so you're already registered for the fair. But there's some of you who may not be. So we're gonna kind of show you both ways just to make sure that you're registered properly and you can get all the communications. Then Shantae is gonna share with you, tell you how you can share your resumes and cover letters with the virtual employers that are going to be, and actually I'm gonna stop talking because I need to record. Or are we recording? I think we are recording, okay. So Shantae is going to be talking to you about how to share resumes and cover letters. Then Shantae is going to talk with you about how to conduct in-app videos. And she'll show you other platform features. And you'll hear us using the term WHOVA. WHOVA, which is spelled W-H-O-V-A, is the virtual fair platform that we're going to be using. And so you'll hear us talking about WHOVA, and that's what it is. It's an app that you can download easily on your computer. So it's called the WHOVA app, and you'll hear us talking about that. And then I will take you through workshops and how to add them to your agenda. There's a way to make up a personalized agenda of all the workshops that you want to attend. So that way, when you go back to the agenda, you can see literally what you want to see as opposed to seeing everything. And then we will share with you the companies who are hiring. Now, this is a list that keeps growing. We just had some more companies coming on today. So this will be a snapshot in time. We'll just share with you the companies that we know of to date that are hiring, that'll be part of this fair. And as I said, I'm going to pause along the way. Shantae will pause and just ask for questions. And then at that point, please definitely unmute. If you want to turn your cameras on, you're more than welcome to, and you can ask your question. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to now do a live demonstration of the review of the registration process. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to go to our website. We've practiced this, so it should work. Okay, so here I go. And again, for those of you who are just joining, I am now going to walk through the registration process, just from the very, very beginning. So, and I'm sorry, I don't think I told you who I am. I'm Tamika Miller. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Events here at the Chamber. I've been with the Chamber for about 3 years, and this is the Chamber's fourth employment fair. This year we're expanding to really include not just internships and careers, but jobs in general. So sorry about that. So here we are at the Greater New Haven Chamber's website, gnhcc.com. And you can see the path up here at the top. So you come to our website, gnhcc.com, events, and then eventually when you click on events, you'll see the actual words, internship, career, and job fair. You'll click that. And once you click that, you'll see this page. This page, just to quickly show you, and actually I'm gonna take my jacket off because all of a sudden I'm getting very warm. My coworkers say that I have a sauna here in my office, and I think they're right. So we're here on the website page for folks like you who are looking for work or who are interested in finding out more information for someone else who's looking for work. So this is the first thing you'll see. You'll see the graphic of the event. And then we just have some directions all the way throughout here. So you can scroll down, as you see in red there. We say scroll down to see who's hiring. We give you an overview of the fair. There's also a QR code here that you can click on. If you were to print this out for some reason, you could scan with your cell phone and that would work and take you into Hoover. And I'm going to mimic exactly what I'm going to do in a minute. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. But while I'm here, I'm going to just show you the other things on this page. So here there's some workshops here. I'm going to go through that again later on in the agenda. But if you have any additional questions or need just a refresher, you can always come to this page. You'll click on this link right here and you'll be able to see all the workshops. So that's just, again, I'm going to go through it in detail, but if you want to come back later, you can do that. As I continue to scroll down, also on this page, this is a feature that we are really happy to have. We have worked out a deal with Black Pearl Photography. They're a really good photography company. They're a member of the Chamber, and they are offering $25 professional headshots. So if you were in the need of a headshot for your LinkedIn or your portfolio, or just for your professional biography, it's a good idea to have one. And this is a great deal. And this is only available for people who are attending this employment fair. And you can see here that we're coaching you to say, when you click on this link to schedule, you will need to actually state in your reservation the words GNHCC Employment Fair Attendee. Okay. So again, when you want to schedule, you click on this link that says click here. It'll take you, I'm not going to do it now. It'll take you to a scheduler and then you'll have to put these words in. But again, this is on the website right now, so you can always come back to it.
I have a quick question.
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry about that headshot. So I take it we go to their studio. I'm just so used to in this COVID time doing everything over the computer.
Great question. Yes, because if you put it in the chat, guys, I can't really see the chat. So just feel free to just jump out and ask questions. So yes, great question. For the photography, you will have to go to their studio. We have spoken with the photographer, of course, in detail, and we know they're taking all the proper precautions to have a safe environment. And there's actually equipment that they mentioned to us that you can have, which means like the photographer doesn't even have to get close to you. So there's enough distancing for sure in their studio, and the studio has been fully sanitized and is, yeah, it's open for you to go to. So that's an excellent question. So you'll sign up online and then you'll physically go there. And you'll sign up online picking whatever available appointments they have open. So it's really, really turnkey. And as long as you use these words, GNHCC Employment Fair Attendee, you'll get that $25 price. So that's critical. So thank you for that question. And then coming on down the page here, also on this page, you can see the list of companies that are hiring. But again, Shantae is going to take you through a page that actually has a lot more listed, but I'm just kind of sharing with you what's also on this page. Okay, there are more companies that we have, and Shantae will share that with you in a moment. All right, so now the moment you've all been waiting for, which is the registration process. So I'm going to click here to register now on Whova. So here we go. Hopefully my screen will change and move along with me. Is my screen changing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, wonderful, good. So then here we are. This is the very first steps. You're going to go ahead and select one, of course, covering you, hit registration. Then my screen should be changing again. Okay, so it allows me, as you see there in yellow, 44 minutes or so to fill out this information. So I'm going to quickly fill it out. I'm going to use an email address that for this demonstration that, let's see. There we go. It'll ask me, do you want to see the list of other attendees and their profiles? I always love to network, so I would say yes. And then you fill out this other information here. A lot of this is kind of a little repetitive, but it's all for a good cause. And I'm just making up stuff here, but you put your real number, obviously. And we asked you a question here about, are you willing to disclose your demographic information? So as in race, age, ethnicity, sorry, I can't get my words out today. The reason why we have these questions here is because there are some organizations who are looking for that demographic information. So I'm going to check yes. And then it's going to ask you age range. I'm proud to be between 45 and 55. And then I am African-American. Let's see.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
I'm sorry to keep interrupting. I felt nervous about entering this just because I feel like there's a lot of ageism going on. I mean, I'm in your age demographic, so I don't want you to, I'm not saying,
You're not calling me old?
No, because I am your age grade. And
yes.
I just feel like this world is a pre-45-year-old preferred kind of world.
I would answer that by saying, I think you definitely can do whatever you'd like to do. You want to do what makes you feel comfortable. I have always erred on giving as much information about myself as possible because there are also organizations who are specifically looking for select groups of people. So they might have someone who's, let's say, has more experience, who's more seasoned, and that's a company that you'd want to work for, right? Not someone who's going to try to discriminate against you. So it's just been my personal philosophy to just add as much as you can. And then I always sort of leave it up to, whatever higher power that you believe in for everything to kind of shake itself out, if that makes any sense, because there are certain companies that are looking for specific demographics.
I'm usually like that too, but now that I'm in the workforce, like looking for a job, I've just noticed a lot of ageism. That's all. Just mine.
Okay, okay.
So at least I feel it. I don't know if it's true.
So I finished filling this out and now I'm gonna hit submit. It's processing. Oh no, it does this every once in a while. So normally it would have allowed me to register. So when I did this test just the other day, it allowed me to register. So I think at this point, and that's because I've been doing a lot of practices for this event. So I think that's why that did that. So Shantae now can go ahead and share with you what you actually will see. And this really is what you would have seen. So you would have been brought into this portal. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Shantae Williams Monroe, and I am the Events and Communications Coordinator here at the Chamber. So after a successful registration, you would be brought to this screen on the web app of HUBA. And on the left-hand side is your navigation panel. You'll have home, your agenda, other attendees, the community, career fair, sponsors, and messages, and other resources at the bottom. What we want to talk about now is what the career fair tab will look like. So when we click on there, say we're interested, this is the list of, you'll find a list of the companies who are hiring. So all of our companies that we've uploaded up to today are on this side right here. We have a pretty long list, and like Tamika said earlier, we are still adding. Okay. So as an attendee, I'm gonna just click on Inroads because they do have 2 job postings right now. We'll start off with a little video that they've uploaded here, all their contact information. They have a live Q&A session that's scheduled on Tuesday, February 23rd at 12 a.m. I'm gonna RSVP there, and I can add it to my calendar so it can send me a little reminder. Now we're gonna take a look at the 2 positions that they have posted. We're gonna go for the internship. I can see the job description here, and I can easily apply. So I'll put my name, my email address, my phone number. I can upload my resume. And it asks me, do you want to make your resume public to employers? I would say yes or no. You can then upload your cover letter here. So have those documents ready, as you're going through the fair, just so you don't have to navigate too much. You want to move on to the next posting. You can also add your LinkedIn profile here. Okay, so I'm just going to.
And sometimes, Shantae, people have like personal websites. Like, for example, if you have a portfolio of work and you have a personal website, you can also, in addition to the LinkedIn that Shantae mentioned, you can also share your personal website there as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you interested in hiring for other positions? For Inroads, just in case they have any other openings, I click yes, and then I go to next. So this just shows me what I'll be submitting. I'm going to delete this event in a little bit, but I don't want to send them a flyer. So I'm going to agree to the terms, and I give permission for employers to contact me using the information provided on the application, and then I'll submit. Okay. Some companies who do not have positions open right now, or they haven't loaded them, they'll just ask, are you interested in applying? Without an actual posting, you can still submit your information. And since I've already applied to a job, it's already pre-populated here. So you don't have to go back in and do it again.
Now, question, Shantae. If somebody at this point, you've already pre-populated, but they want something different.
Yep, so I was just getting ready to say that. So if you do have, people have different applications to different, they have a general resume, a more specific resume to a certain job or internship, you can delete that one and upload a new resume or upload a new cover letter. Okay, and then you'll follow the same steps and apply. Does anybody have any questions?
I do, real quick. Is there a way to sort these companies by industry by any chance?
Yep. So we kind of did a mass upload right now. We haven't The categories aren't fully in there, but you'll be able to go to the top here and say if you want to select education. So we can pull up district, arts and education, retail. So if someone had a category under retail, they would list all the companies there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go back to Inroads and get this contact name here. So I've applied here, and Trisha, I believe her name is Trisha, can either email me directly or she can send me a message. And now I'm going to step in the role as the employer. So I am looking for Tamika Miller, who has applied to my position, and I want to send her a message for an interview. And you can do this to all employers. You can do this to all attendees. You go to the attendees tab here, and you can do a quick search for them. Tamika Miller, this is her. I can send her a message. And my screen is in the way. Hold on a second. And in this right-hand tab, as an employer, I can video call her, or I can send her a message. You have to request permission first. So I would request the permission, and she would get an email, and she would get a notification on her app. Once she's requested permission from me, and I can say, hey, Tamika, I want to meet. So she can she can accept the request. Nope, not eat. And then once she accepts the request, Tamika, do you see it on your end, the request? Let me see if it can work now.
Not yet, because it's probably going to go to my personal email and not this one.
So once she accepts that request, I'll have the ability to video chat with her, do a live one-on-one interview with her, and Q&A session, but it'll be one-on-one. You don't have to have Zoom. You don't have to have Google Meets or anything. It'll go directly through the Hoover platform. And here are all the attendees. We have 7 pages of them. You can scroll through, or if you know you're looking for someone specific, you can type their name here in this field. Another cool feature that we have on Hoover is our community board. So here, some of you may have gotten this message earlier today or a couple minutes ago that we were having this meeting. So they have organizer announcements. You can ask the organizers anything. You can schedule meetups and virtual meets. Also, employers can use this to schedule a meeting or an interview here. Once this starts get going, you'll see that it'll populate 1, 2, 3 next to the community board. That means that someone's are communicating with you. So you have to go into your settings if you're going to use the app and click on your push notifications so that you can see them in real time. If you're using the web browser, just click back to this website and check back to the community board or the messages.
Now, can you mimic those push communications so they can know how to turn those on?
Yep. I forgot to get there. I think it's on the app. So on the website, it won't pop up, but I wish I could share my phone on Zoom. I've seen so many people do that, but I can't do it. But if you do have the app already installed, you go to your settings under your profile, and it'll say notification settings.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a notification for job openings, virtual meetups, organizer announcements, and you can turn them on or off.
And that's primarily on your phone, right?
Just on the app. On the web browser, you'll have to just come and again, if there's a little red thing here with a number on it, that means that there's new community board posts or messages. And
just pausing for a second, have a lot of people tried to download the Hoover app to your phone just yet? Because we had it on the website, so I wasn't sure. Maybe not. Okay.
Okay. As employers do start to get going, they will post job openings here. And then you'll just navigate back to their page to apply.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're still in the community. So you can see over to the left where she's hovering, you see that's bolded. So that lets you know that you're in the community room section of this platform.
Okay. You want to go over the agenda or?
Yes, let's try to do, yes, I'm going to go over the workshop agenda now. So if you'll stop sharing. But I should have asked before you stop sharing. Are there any questions on just comfort level, navigating, downloading the app? No question is a bad question because this is new. So feel free to ask away.
And just for clarification, you can only submit your applications and your cover letters on the web app. You cannot access it on the phone app right now. You can see the sessions on the agenda. You can interact with employees, but you cannot access the actual, you cannot actually submit your information.
And that sort of makes sense when you think about it, because you have to be able to navigate to your resume, navigate to your cover letter to attach all of that stuff. So that's why it really does make sense on the web portion. This email, this computer platform is where you can do most of all of the interactivity with virtual employers. So again, I'm just pausing to see if there's any questions about Whova. Whova is available. So if you have Google Play Store, or if you have, what are the other types of Play Stores on people's phones?
Apple.
Or what's the other one?
Apple.
Apple Play Store, right. So you can literally, it's spelled WHOVA, and you can just go to your search field if you've downloaded apps before and easily find it. It's free. It's, you know, kind of a blue colored brand logo.
So Wanda asked a question, are you able to receive notifications from this website on your email as well? Yes, once you submit your resume.
There's stickers.
Once you submit your resume or an employer interacts with you, you will get an email. So sometimes because it is an app or web app, it may go to spam. So just make sure you have Whova's email address not marked as spam. If you receive the email today from Whova, then you're good. If you didn't get an email I sent out around 2:30, 2:40, then it may have gone to spam. So you want to make sure that you have Whova's email address listed as, you know, a regular email that comes in and not spam. So just check, go through your spam mailbox and mark them as regular mail.
Okay, I see there's one other question as I'm looking at the chat now. Hello, is this orientation for prospective applicants or companies? This is for prospective applicants. And I think those are all the questions so far in the chat. And then Shantae, I answered the question about where the studio is located. She put the address in the chat for all of you there in West Haven. Okay. Just pausing again for a quick second. Are there any other questions about Whova or registration process? No? Okay. So I'm going to, so you can still ask questions even if I move on to something else. I'm going to now share my screen and share with you the workshops that'll be happening during the fair. Okay. I've got all these navigation panes, so let me just try to move this out of the way so I can see your lovely faces. Okay. So as you know, we've talked about the fair being 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. So here we are on day one, Tuesday, February 23rd. So we will have some other sort of housekeeping things and acknowledgement of sponsors before this 8:30 timeframe. But what you want to know right now is what types of workshops we're going to have available. So this is where we're going to start. So from 8:30 to 9:30, we're going to be learning about navigating the job search. Where do I start? Because it can really be daunting. I mean, I've been through the process a few times now in my career, and I find no matter where you are in your career, how much experience you have, it is just sometimes daunting. You know, it can be mentally exhaustive. It's a lot of work. And so we really want to start with, we have a great facilitator. Her name is Mary Rose. She's from, and Ray, help me on the name. I always mix up their name. Challenger, Gray, and Christmas. Thank you.
I have to unmute before I say that. Challenger, Gray, and Christmas.
Thank you. And they are a well-known firm that helps people with transition and navigating. And so she's a delightful person. She's going to come on and just start us through that really foundational training, I think. And then from 9:30 to 10:30, we'll talk about work experience and the value of internships. You'll hear perspectives from people who have interned, and from companies who have hired interns, you know, both paid and unpaid. Then we'll have another short workshop from 10:30 to 11, which again is really about, you know, taking care of yourself, right? Getting your head in the game, self-awareness and self-discipline while looking for a job. A lot of it, again, just speaking from my experience, has been mental. You know, I have the experience, I know the job that I want to get to, but it's just all about speaking positively to yourself, putting together a schedule, trying to have a discipline as you look for a job. And so they'll talk to you through that. And then from 11 to 12, determining organizational fit and culture before and while you are applying for the job. So we're going to have AMS practice management. They're going to come and talk to you a bit about that, because there is an art to doing that. There are questions that you can ask or research that you can do to really try to hone in. You won't know exactly for sure until you actually start working there, but there are some things you can do ahead of time to really try to determine if this company is going to be the right fit and culture for you. Because again, speaking from personal experience, the worst thing you can do is arrive someplace where you just don't fit from a cultural standpoint, and it's just uncomfortable. It feels like, you know, a triangle in a circle. It just doesn't feel well. Doesn't feel. And then the last thing we'll do on this day is talk about how to take advantage of a diverse and inclusive workforce. So that'll be Tuesday. The following day, if I can advance my slides, is Wednesday the 24th. We'll start off with networking skills, building and expanding your network authentically. So networking sometimes makes people feel very sort of inauthentic. You know, they feel like, oh, well, I don't know that person. How can I do that? How can I do? So we're going to talk to you about ways that you can do that authentically using LinkedIn. And then from 11:30 to 12:30, we have Inroads coming to talk about interview preparation and specifically interviewing on virtual platforms. So the way you should sit in your chair, the fact that you should probably not be in your car if you can avoid that. Just some tricks of the trade, posture, your inflection of your voice, do's and don'ts while you're interviewing virtually, because that's probably how most of us will be interviewing in the next coming months. And then from 12:30 to 2, we have Pamela Shan. She actually is a repeat speaker for us. She spoke at our expo last time. She's excellent. She's going to be talking about cover letter writing and resume tips. And yes, people always say, do I really have to write a cover letter? What's the point of a cover letter? And she's going to walk you through like why it's a good idea to have a cover letter. So she's going to walk you through that. And she'll give you some tips and templates for resumes. So for people who have work gaps, she'll talk to you about how do you talk about a work gap, you know, a gap where you haven't worked, or people who are returning to work. She'll talk a little bit about that. And then speaking of returning to work, from 2 to 3, we'll have a special session that talks about returning to work and what's called flex to return opportunities from untapped potential. And I think we have Janet on here from Untapped Potential even now. Okay, so going down to the final day, Thursday, February 25th from 2:30 to 4, we will be talking about positioning transferable skills and tapping all the available resources that are open to you. So we'll hear from an agency, and then we'll have some success stories of people who have successfully taken one set of skills and transferred them to go to another position or another, industry. And then from 4 to 5, we'll talk about some of the top industries in the region. So looking at technology, healthcare, and bioscience. And then finally, we'll close out what this notion is. It's not a new notion, but I think people are just beginning to define this, and they're calling it hybrid employment. So I think people have been doing this for years, which means they have a full-time position that they kind of have what we used to call a side hustle, or something that you'd really want to learn to do more of. So it's all about following your passion. So keeping your full-term opportunity, but then following your passion and learning how to sort of launch a second business as additional revenue and income while following your passion. So that rounds out the workshops. And as I mentioned to you, we are going to be updating our website with more details on all of these workshops, and we'll be able to share with you who is going to be presenting on what. So you'll get more detail you'll see more detail in the next coming days. But I wanted to at least spend some time with you talking about the workshop. So any questions so far about that? Okay. So next on the agenda, Shantae is going to share with you, if you can share your screen again, Shantae, just showing people a different view for the companies who are hiring. I think there might be a different view on here. Yeah.
There is. I just wanted to just backtrack a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Just to show what the agenda will actually look like when you get to the website.
Oh, yes, yes. I'm sorry. I almost forgot that.
So you'll go over to the agenda tab. And this is day 1 that Tamika just showed you on the screen, February 23rd. And you can see the session here. And just simply click add to my agenda. And you can download it onto your Outlook or Google Calendar. And it'll send you a reminder. You can put it to 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes before the event starts. That way you'll get an automatic reminder and you can log right in. You'll see, we haven't added it yet, but it'll be a Zoom call here. So there'll be a Zoom call logo or a video here. And once you've added it to your agenda, so I'm gonna add these to my agenda. You'll go over to my agenda. And it shows me the sessions I've registered for. So this is the full agenda here for Tuesday. And then I've only registered for 2 sessions. However, in my email, I will get the confirmation and the reminder to join the session. Okay.
Any questions on that? Okay.
So just to go back to the career fair, the list of employers, they aren't alphabetical order.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Shantae, is there another view here? Yeah, that's what I was trying to move the video over. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. We can just see the full booth the full employer booth when we move that screen.
Ah, okay. So you can see Shantae said they're loaded alphabetically, and you'll be able to click on each one to look to see what's available.
And Tamika, while we're talking about the sessions, in case somebody by chance has a conversation with a potential job, get nervous because you'll be able to watch the sessions, the content, we're going to archive it. So you will be able to go back to that, or if you want to watch it again, correct? So
correct, yes, I'm glad you mentioned
where
that.
they'll be able to find those too.
Yeah, so
let's, first thing is to get the job, but certainly this content, and please to share it freely with folks.
Yes, once the event is over, we will upload all the sessions back onto the app. So you can just go right back to the agenda and you'll see the recording right under here. So say you missed it.
And the one good thing is if you're watching it live, you'll be able to participate and ask questions. So that's the bonus of it. But if by chance, if you have to miss it, don't get nervous. You'll be able to at least watch it. And you can always
Exactly.
reach out to the presenter as well if you have questions.
Yep, we will upload them also on our YouTube page. So these are all the companies. And just like you would go to chat with an employer, once the speakers are in here, you can also say someone you're interested in that, say Chris Amaral is a presenter, and you have some questions with him, for him, you can send him a message. Okay. So
So the really important point that we want to emphasize here is, obviously this is a virtual floor interaction experience. That's what I was looking for, virtual experience. But similar to what you can do at an in-person event, there are a lot of ways to mimic those same actions here. So just as you'd be able to set up time with someone, Shantae showed you how you can communicate with that person directly, either through sending them a direct message or even posting something in the community area. You can even interact with sponsors. There's a sponsor tab over to the left as well. And then as long as you, again, download the app to your phone and go into your profile settings, you're able to turn on your push notifications. So that way, if any employer or recruiter or anyone sends you a message directly, you'll get that automatically and you won't have to keep coming back to the web platform. So that's another point we wanted to make sure that you knew. And you see the sponsors are also listed down here on the right-hand side of the screen. So you can see AMS Practice Management, the Connecticut Army National Guard, Black Pearl Chamber, the Schubert, and then there were others that will be added as well.
Early on in the session, I did include a link to the HUVA attendee guide. So if you want to get a little deeper dive into it, it's really what we went over. But if you want, be more of a hands-on or reading person, click on that link, and HUVA has a guide there that can give you a little bit more details.
Okay. So is everyone excited? Great. So I know there might be some questions that come up afterwards, or you thought, oh, I should have asked about this. You can easily I'll put my information in the chat, and Shantae, let's put your information in the chat so you can easily contact us afterwards. So I'm typing as I'm talking. And also pausing to see if you have any other questions that you want to ask live here.
Tamika, did you mention the passport program? I'm sorry if I might have missed it.
No, we have not, because we don't have that fully developed yet in our level of comfort
so
yet.
Stay tuned for details. Okay.
So stay tuned. Yes, thank you, Betsy. Anything else, guys? So there's my information in the chat, my phone number and my email. I do check it often. And as I said, there's really no silly question, because again, it's a brand new platform, and we want to make this as turnkey as possible. So if you have any thoughts, ideas, or questions, please let us know. We also are hot connected to an expert in HUVA. He's on the West Coast. We were going to have him here. He wasn't available. But if there's any questions that we can't answer, my point is we can get you the answers for sure. And I think this is really going to be the wave of the future in, interacting virtually with companies. So again, if there's anything that we need to do to help you get more comfortable, we would love to do so. Betsy, Ray, Glenn, any comments from you?
I guess the only last thing I would like to add in is that, right now it's a very different time in our world, and do not feel like you're alone out there. And I applaud you all for hopping in and participating in our virtual forum. And I certainly think you're going to get out of it what you put into it, and you never know. And in the networking rooms, you might meet somebody who is also looking for a job, and you might be able to kind of team up a little bit together to have additional eyes out there. So realize that this is about a community and take advantage of it, and also stay connected to the Greater New Haven Chamber. I mean, we're providing a lot of resources out there. So I think I just want to make sure to emphasize that, because right now, more than ever, you need to be part of the community. So anyhow, I'm thrilled that you're all here today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ray, Glenn, anything from you?
The only thing I can add to that, and Betsy, that was perfect comments, is no question is a dumb question when you're looking for work or networking with anybody. And I can only attest to the fact that you will continue to network, and you are going to be like a stone gathering moss, because you're going to build your network through this event and be even more powerful as a result of it. So make the most of it. And if you're struggling with the technology or having a problem, all of us on the staff are here to help.
Perfect. And Glenn, should we end with you? Or maybe Glenn stepped away. Okay. Well, that concludes our time together. Again, feel free to reach out to us if you have any other questions or concerns. And we wish you all very well, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.